Okay, today we are again getting back to imperative negative. Now, what is imperative negative? In the previous chapter, we saw imperative. That was just a positive sentence. Today, we are moving on to imperative negative. It is not very difficult. It is very, very simple. Imperative negative is no followed by the verb in the imperative and pa. Fine. No verb in the imperative pa, and if there is anything remaining after that. This is for a normal sentence. Now, if it is a reflexive verb, for reflexive verbs, it is no, te, nu, vu, then verb in the imperative and pa. Fine. So this is your imperative in the negative form. Example. So if I have to put the verb reste in the negative, imperative negative, how would I do it? No, R-E-S-T-E, pa. No, R-E-S-T-O-N-S, pa. And no, R-E-S-T-E-Z, pa. Fine. This is your imperative negative for a normal sentence. Now, for a reflexive, let's take another verb. Say, let's take se réveiller. Imperative negative. Ne, T-E, R-E-V-E-I, R-E-V-E-I-L-L-E, pa. Ne, nu, R-E-V-E-I-L-L-O-N-S and pa. And ne, vu, R-E-V-E-I-L-L-E-Z and pa. So this is how you form your imperative negative. If there is a vowel, this will become T apostrophe. If there is a vowel, this will change to N apostrophe. Is that clear? Fine. This is how you form the imperative negative. In the previous session, I had taught you how to do imperative. In this session, we are learning how to do imperative negative. Is that clear to you? We will be moving on and seeing Roman number 1 of the board exam, which will be imperative, how to frame in a sentence. I hope this is understood. Now we are going to see the first topic of our grammar portion in the board exam. Employez l'impératif pour formuler les phrases suivantes, right? Use the imperative in order to change the following sentences to the imperative form. That's what it means, right? So there are certain rules that we need to know before we look into these sentences. The first thing that we should look, or the example that I could give you would be, tu dois rester chez Paul. So you have a sentence given over here. Now we are going to see how to change this particular sentence to the imperative. So let me give you the rules in this side of the board. Fine. So the first thing that we need to know is that we need to identify the un or unconjugated verb. So the first point is identify. Identify the unconjugated verb. Identify the unconjugated verb. What is an unconjugated verb? An unconjugated verb will end with, an unconjugated verb will end with er, ir or re. An unconjugated verb will end with er, ir or re. So in this sentence, which is my unconjugated verb, it is rester, right? It is rester. Second thing, What should I do next? Next, remove anything given before the unconjugated verb. Remove anything given before the unconjugated verb, right? So I should remove tu, dua. I should remove tu, dua. Now, the third point says change the unconjugated verb. Change the unconjugated verb to the imperative, which is imperative. Okay. According according to nu or vu, whichever is given. So reste is my verb. The sentence tu is given. So I have to change reste to the imperative according to the tu form. So your answer is going to be R-E-S-T-E. So if you remember, when I taught you imperative, I told you that for the tu form of ER verbs, you should remove the S. So the S gets dropped automatically. So R-E-S-T-E, she, Paul. Stay at Paul's place or stay at Paul's house. Chez Paul means Paul's house. So rest means to stay or to rest, to stay at Paul's house, right? So identify the unconjugated verb. So rester is my unconjugated verb. Remove anything given before the unconjugated verb. So I remove whatever is given before the unconjugated verb. Change the unconjugated verb to the imperative according to tu, nu or vu, whichever is given. So tu was given to me in the question, so I've changed it into the tu form. If this was in the nu form, if this particular pronoun was in the nu form, then your verb would have changed according to the nu form. If this would have been in the vu form, then this would have also changed according to the vu form. Let's see another example without the tu, nu and vu. What if tu, nu and vu is not given, right? Il faut Il faut dormir tôt. It is necessary to sleep early, right? So again, going to the same rule, identify the unconjugated verb. So do I have an unconjugated verb here? Yes. Dormir is my unconjugated verb over here. Remove anything given before the unconjugated verb. So il faut will be removed. It says change the unconjugated verb to the imperative according to tu, nu or vu, whichever is given. In this particular sentence, tu, nu or vu is not given. So what are we going to do? So the next rule that you are going to see is if tu, nu, vu is not given, change to the change to the vu form. Change to the vu form, right? So I'm going to change dormir to the vu form. So it's going to become D-O-R-M-E-Z. Dorme to. Is that clear? Let's see another example if you want. Nous devons aller au parc. So again, following the rules, look for the unconjugated verb. Aller is my unconjugated verb. Remove all that is before the unconjugated verb. So nous devons is removed. Change the unconjugated verb to the imperative according to the nous vous given. So here nous is given. So we will change aller to allons au parc. I hope it is clear till here. Now we are moving on to negative sentences. We are going to see how we are going to do negative sentences. Fine. So the rules of the first part for a positive sentence remain the same even for a negative sentence, but you need to identify by looking at the question whether you need to answer in the positive form or in the negative form. How do you identify? I will tell you by looking at the question. Fine. So you would have, the question could be like this. So again, I will write the rules on this side. Fine. So you could have a sentence like this, or now this is the first type. There are two types you will be learning under negatives. This is the first type, where in the question you already have the no and the pa given to you. So the first set of the rules remain the same. Look for the unconjugated verb in the sentence. So this is my unconjugated verb in both the places, ouvrir and manger. Remove, leaving the ne pas, remove all that is before the unconjugated verb. So il, faut is removed, vous, devez is removed. So ne and pas remains. Now change the sentence to the imperative negative form, right? So it's going to be N apostrophe ouvrir in, there is no tu, nu or vous given, so I should change according to the vous form. So O U V R E Z, n'ouvrez pas, and then the rest of the sentence, la porte. Whether you put an imperative or not, it does not matter, right? So do not open the door. Is that clear? Here it is. It is not necessary to open the door. Here we have written it as do not open the door. Moving on to the next one. Vous ne devez pas manger dans la classe. You should not eat in the class. I found my unconjugated verb and I can see that the ne and the pas is given to me, which means I should answer in the negative form, right? So it's going to be ne, since it is given to me in the vous form, M-A-N-G-E-Z. Ne mangez pas, and the rest of the sentence as it is. Dans la classe. Again, whether you put the exclamatory mark or not, it does not matter. Are we clear? Is that clear to you? So if I have the ne and the pas given in the sentence, I know that I have to follow the same rules and answer in the negative form. I hope it is understood till here. This is one kind of negative sentence. We have another type. I will explain it after this. I hope we have understood till here. The, the second type under negative sentence is when you have these two phrases already given in the question. The first phrase is if you have il est interdit de. It is forbidden to. Il est interdit de. It is forbidden to. Or if you have défense de. When you have these two phrases given in the question, you have to remove remove them, okay, and answer in the negative. What do I mean? Let's see an example each. So if you have il est interdit de fumer, the fumer ici. Fine. It is forbidden to smoke here. That's what it means. Il est interdit de fumer ici. It is forbidden to smoke here. So since I have the phrase il est interdit de, I should remove it. So this is my unconjugated verb. I should change it to the negative form, which means ne. I don't have tu, nu or vous given, so I consider vous as my subject pronoun. So ne fumer pas ici. Again, exclamatory mark is optional. Is that clear? Ne fumez pas ici. Another one, if I give you défense, défense de parler. Défense de parler. Forbidden to speak. Défense de parler. What do I do? Now again, since I have the phrase défense de given here, I should remove it and I have to change the verb parler to the negative form. So it is going to become ne parlez pas. Do not speak. I hope that is understood. When the phrase il est interdit or défense de are present in the sentence, remove them and change in the negative form or answer in the negative form. So examples are il est interdit de fumer ici. It is forbidden to smoke here and we have removed il est interdit de and changed the verb fumer to the negative as ne fumez pas ici. Do not smoke here. Défense de parler becomes ne parlez pas. I hope that is understood. So with this, we finish imperative of ordinary verbs in the positive and in the negative form. The next we will be seeing imperative of reflexive verbs. Is that clear? Now we will continue the same topic, employer l'impératif pour formuler les phrases with reflexive verbs or les verbes pronominaux. So the beginning rules remain the same. Look for the unconjugated verb in the sentence. Remove all that is given before the unconjugated verb and change the verb to the imperative. Now over here, first you need to identify a reflexive verb. For example, if you have the sentence as if the sentence is given to you as vous devez vous reposer. Fine. So you have a sentence given. Now you have two vous. That itself tells you that this sentence is a reflexive sentence. So if you have two vous, two nous, or you would have a tu and a the given, then you know it is reflexive. I will give you another sentence. Nous devons nous habiller bien. Okay. Or one more sentence. Tu dois te coucher tôt. So these could be the sentence. So you can see over here, you have one vous and a second vous given here, one nous and a second nous given here. Here you have tu and the. So this first one in all the cases are your subject pronouns. Fine. And the second one that is given to you are your reflexive pronouns. Right. Now you are going to change this particular sentence from a normal sentence to an imperative sentence. So look for the unconjugated verb, which is reposer, habiller, and coucher. Fine. So you are going to change this sentence to the imperative. So what you have to do, you have to remove all that is given before the unconjugated verb. So all this will go. And now you will change it to the imperative. So it is going to be verb hyphen TOI or NOUS or VOUS. Fine. So over here, since it is VOU, it's going to be VOUS. So it will be REPOSEZ hyphen VOUS. Rest yourself. Fine. The next will be, since it is in the new form, it is going to be HABILLONS hyphen new. Bien. Let us dress well. Let us dress well. And the last one, since it is in the tu form, it's going to be COUCHE hyphen TOI. So I have taught reflexives when I was teaching imperative, right? So couche-toi meaning put yourself to sleep early. Couche-toi tôt means put yourself to sleep early. I hope that is understood. So when we have two nous, two vous, or we have tu and the given, we recognize it as a reflexive verb. Is that clear? We also have sir given sometimes. Fine. So then, for example, if you have the fourth sentence as it is necessary to wake up early. Il faut se lever tôt. So the sir tells me it is a reflexive verb. Il faut gets removed. Now when you change it, since tu, nous and vous is not given, you will change according to the vous form. So it will become Levez, vous tôt. So I hope you have understood how to write a reflexive positive sentence. This is the reflexive positive sentence. Now we will also be seeing reflexive negative sentences. We will also be seeing reflexive negative sentences. Okay, as we are continuing with reflexive verbs but in the negative sentences, the rules remain the same as for an ordinary sentence. So if you have the words ne pas given in the sentence, for example, it is not necessary, il ne faut pas, s'arrêter ici. Okay, or you could have défense de se rasser, or you could have vous ne devez pas vous doucher. Fine. So it could be any of these sentences. Now, suppose in the first sentence, how do I know it is negative? Because of the ne and the pa. In the second sentence, you have the phrase défense the given. Whenever you have this phrase, you should remove it and change the sentence to the negative form. In the third sentence also, you have ne and pa given. Fine. Now I need to look for the unconjugated verbs. So sarate, serase, vous douchez. Doucher is to wash yourself or to have a bath. So it is not necessary to stop here. So since it is not given in the tu, nu or vous form, I will consider vous and it will become ne, an apostrophe because of a vowel, A-R-R-E-T-E-Z, sorry, ne, vous, A-R-R-E-T-E-Z, pa. Do not stop here. Ne arrêtez pas ici. The second one would be ne vous raissez, do not shave pas. And the next one will be do not have a bath. Ne vous douchez pas. That is the imperative of reflexive verbs. In an imperative sentence, the ne is placed before the verb. Ne, reflexive pronoun, pas. So it is ne, te, nous, vous, verb, no hyphen, and pa. I hope that is understood. Verb and pa. I hope that is understood. That is reflexives in the negative. So just to recapitulate the imperative tense, look for the unconjugated verb, change the unconjugated verb to the imperative according to the tu, nu or vous person, whichever is given. If the tu, nu or vous person is not given, consider changing it to the vous form always. In a reflexive pronoun sentence, the reflexive pronouns for a positive sentence are placed after the verb with a hyphen in between, and the reflexive pronoun te changes to toi. Is that clear? And in a negative sentence, you need to look for ne pas, défonce, or il est interdit de. So if these phrases are present or ne pas is given in the sentence, then you change the sentence to the negative form. What if you do not have an unconjugated verb? Then just remove the tu, nu or vous and change the sentence to the imperative. If the verbs are être, avoir, savoir or vouloir, then please follow the irregular rule that is being told to you in the previous session. I hope you have understood this particular topic. This is a first topic in your second PUC grammar portion of the French topics. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.